Hey, it's Jack from Alphacharts with a state of the market video. Today it's April 19th, 2025. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thank you all for watching the video. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go right to X, click on Alphacharts 365. Make sure that you follow me there. And I also have a subscriber group, 10 bucks a month, super, super affordable for everybody, and especially for the quality and content of and quantity of content I give. We do a separate in-depth market report video update with an extended watch list. Right now, there's about 35 names on there of stocks really holding up well in this market. We do focus list video. We do midweek videos. We do midweek market note. We do a Sunday market note that kind of ties everything together. We do daily scans, posts just for subscribers. The chart requests, and then we do live streams once a month. Right now, we're deciding next week we're gonna do a live stream, so it's a great time to jump on to get on next week's live stream. We don't tell you to buy or sell, right? Just where I would manage risk. It's really more of a stream of consciousness of how I'm looking at the market. That's kind of how I kind of treat this thing. You work full time, you got a family, you just don't have, you're new to trading. I think for 10 bucks a month, you can get a better subscription service than this one. It will help you shorten that learning curve, in my opinion, and hopefully get you on your way and give you and help you lose less money or make money. Right? If you're new, it's just lose less money. Right? And that's the way this works. Right? No one could expect to jump into the market and make money their first day. You have to go through the process, but this is showing you the process. Anyway, click that subscribe button and come on board. If you're a YouTube only watcher on this, then click on right here. There'll be a join button. It doesn't give it to me, but there'll be a join button, and go ahead and click on that, and you'll get all the video content is the same as well as annotated charts on the YouTube only folks. Okay, let's get to these charts. All right, so SPY. Holiday shortened week. No trading on Friday, so this is only through Thursday. Um, and we had the big down, then we had the big up, right? Let's just zoom in here so everyone could see. Zoom up right there. Um, and now we've been really inside this mother bar this entire time, right? 2, 4, 6 days. And really kind of trapped between a VWAP from here and a VWAP anchored from there. You see how it held a support there. So now this VWAP, gives a little bit more importance to it. A break through it would be extremely bearish. Obviously, above 550 would be very, very bullish, right? Right now, we're kind of in no man's land. Now, I did post on, was it Thursday or Friday, that we are set up for a follow through day. And I still believe that on Monday because the volume was, kind of on the lowish side relative, right? So if we get a nice 1.5, I forget what the follow through day is, 1.5% up on greater than the volume in the prior day. I'm probably butchering some of those rolls, but basically because this candle was meh, we're set up for a follow through day. Does that mean that we're in the all clear? For me, it does not mean the all clear. It is another check in, okay, this is getting better box, but not the all clear for a follow through day. So it's nice to see, right? It's like we rather have one than not have one. But again, that's just how I look at that. I know I had some people, actually, some subscribers, because I'm still not quite so bullish, asking me about that. So just share with everybody. Anyway, so on the week we have a down 1.41 week. So again, it wasn't that great of a week. But we are again within this mother bar. And I think we have to, above 540, 550, we'll call it. Above 550, I think we're doing much, much better. And below the VWAP from here. So right now it's around 520. Wide range. Wide range. And we could continue in this choppy zone for a little bit too. That's a possibility. So on the week we were down 1.4, but when you look at RSP on the week, it was up 0.4. That's nice to see too. Again, this shows us the difference between the influence of the mega caps, which did not do well. We'll see that when we get down to Mag 7 for the week, versus RSP, which is equal weighted SPY, right? So much better on the week. They were actually up, still inside the mother bar, like we said, but looks a little bit better, a little bit better. But really, there has not been any progress this whole week. Maybe next week there will be, right? Maybe next week, but not this week. So, um, I don't think there's any reason to jump the gun. Again, it's encouraging that the equal weights did better, but we'll have to see, right, how that shakes out. And we expect to see the same thing in the Qs. Let's see, down 2.27 on the week. And again, inside the mother bar, below the 23 day. You see this VWAP held, right? So it looks exactly the same. And equal weights, let's see if they were up or not. So they were down only 0.64. So definitely relative outperformance, right? Even though they weren't up on the equal weighted Qs, down only 0.64. And again, looks a little bit better, kind of staying in the upper range of this bar where, these were more in the mid range of the bar. So again, just a little bit better. Mid caps looks exactly the same, right? Right? Looks exactly the same. Looks, a little bit worse. Looks exactly the same. So there's mid caps, they were, I think, up a little bit. Yeah, they were up 0.87 on the week. Again, more of an equal weighted chart. And again, but within the mother bar, right? So breaking the mother bar is going to be a big deal. Small caps, exactly the same. They were up on the week, up 1.15%. So some outperformance there. Again, are we in the clear? Absolutely not. But it is encouraging that the equal weights are moving higher, right? Let's look at the XLF. All right, so looking at XLF, let's go to the weekly here because I think that shows the picture better. You have the head and shoulders top, the breakdown right there, pretty big breakdown, little snapback, not little, pretty nice snapback, and now we are holding the neckline, right? So that's what I wanted to show you. They were down, by the way. Oh, they were even on the week. Holding the neckline right at the 200 day, VWAP from the all-time high, right there. I don't know if that's all time, but recent high at least. So this area becomes very, very important. Here comes the 23 day, right? It's coming down as well, coming to the 200 day almost there. So yeah, so this is and that's where the neckline is, right? So the question is this a retest and this is going to go lower, or is this starting to build a base? As of right now, because it's underneath all the moving averages and everything's going lower, I have to believe that this is a retest and we're going lower. If we get back above 47.75, I'll change my tune on this, right? That's the way that's the way this stuff works, right? Price will prove us right or wrong with whatever we think, but right now, because we are trend followers, this is should be a retest and going lower. SMH looks very, very similar off a very important level. It's not quite a neckline, but it's a level. Came in, actually did pierce it above it, which was looking phenomenal, and then it failed, looking pretty bad. And on the week, just puking, down 4.36% on the week. So again, looks much worse. Technically, it's still inside the mother bar completely. XLF should be as well. Actually, XLF pierced above it and came back in. That's interesting. But SMH is still within this mother bar completely. XSD, same thing. Looks even worse than SMH. Oh my God. I don't think that was possible. Hanging out towards the bottom of it, and they were down 2.25, so actually a little bit better on the week, but still doesn't look all that good. IYT, again, same look. Everything is looking the same. Correlation. It was up 0.83 on the week, but IYT still within this general range with a declining moving averages. XTN to me is more important, and that one did a little bit, 1.16. So yeah, a little bit better, kind of hammer on the week. That being said, still is having issues, still has all the declining moving averages overhead and well below its important, I think, line right there. And maybe better than this 67-ish area right over here, but also just declining. ITB, this was Artel. This is what really one of the most important charts. I think XLF now may have taken over those reins, because it's just now breaking down and retesting. This is already kind of, moving lower. The question is it continue? Tough to tell, but some accumulation showing up there, but still below all of its moving averages. Maybe it's trying to stage one a little bit here. On the week it was down 0.19. So again, not much strength at all there. So yeah, not much to write home about. Maybe, you like a few of these bars in here, but that's really grasping at straws. XHB again looks about the same, right? They were probably up similar. Yeah, I'm sorry, down 0.46. ITB was down 0.19. So you see XHB a little bit more equal weighted. Um, just not looking good. Inside week with a downtrend market, that's usually pretty bearish in general, right? Now, if it's a upside surprise here, right, then we should be very, very happy, right? That then maybe things are starting to heal. We don't have that yet. And the Mag 7, we have this toppy look here. We talked about the bear flag. It broke down, came right into where we thought it could come into, reversed hard back into the bottom of the bear flag, okay, and now kind of fell back over. On the week, you see it was down 5.31. Again, that goes, let's tie that back in. What do we say? SPY was heavily influenced by the Max 7, so were the Qs, which is why we saw the RSPs and the QQQE do so much better. And this is just our proof of that. Nice to tie it up. So here's the question. Is this forming a top as well, right? This comes back around, right? And it comes this way and comes around. That's a possibility. And that would probably mean a bigger downturn is coming. If this is one big top that's still forming, we're not quite there yet. But in the end, I can't get too bullish, even with a follow-through day on Monday. I can't be too bullish because we have a lot of things working against us that need to work itself out. And I think that that's going to take some time. I'm not saying there won't be some winners. I have 35 stocks here on my extended watch list. I have 12 of them I think that are actionable or close to actionable. So it's not like there aren't some, may not be a tradable move, right? That, for a few weeks or whatever it may be. But it doesn't mean that the all clear is sent and we're back in a bullish type of market. All right. If this kind of analysis and evaluation can help, I do so much more for my subscribers. Give them so much more all throughout the week, 7 days. So if this can help you, please consider joining. It's only $10 a month, and it's month to month, so there are no contracts. You like it, you stay. You don't like it, you can leave. That's the way it works. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.